All right, so you got a problem going on in your life right now. Go ahead and hit us up at thebertshow.com, and we'll share it with Bert Show fam. And in this case, she's feeling some really mixed, like emotional, jealous feelings, I think, to her husband's best friend, who's a woman.
Boyfriends. Hey, Bert Show, please help. I feel so lost as to what to do in this situation. I've been seeing my boyfriend for 8 months. I really love him, but things are getting complicated. His best friend is a woman, and they are very close. People who don't know them tend to assume that they're dating. They spend a lot of time alone together. To my knowledge, neither of them has ever crossed a line with each other, but it's starting to feel like they're crossing the line with me. Yes, we've only been together less than a year, but I'm pregnant. Obviously, this was unexpected, and we were both very stressed about it, but from the moment we found out, he went straight to her. And since then, it seems that he's talked to her about it more than he's talked to me. I actually don't dislike her. She's been very kind and supportive of me, especially since the pregnancy. Those are the ones you have to worry about. But he adores her so much that I've always found her intimidating, and it's impossible not to make comparisons. She's very important to him, and I'll admit that I'm threatened by the emotional intimacy that they share. Here's where it gets interesting. He wants to make her the godmother of our child. I have no sisters, super close girlfriends, or other influential women in my life, so I can't offer another option. I feel guilty because I know she's a good person and she'd be a good godmother, but deep down, I still want to say no. Am I being unfair by robbing my unborn child of this relationship, or am I within my rights to veto her as his godmother, even though it's for no other reason than my personal insecurity? I feel like a jerk, but I don't really want her involved in my baby's life.
I'm not saying you're a jerk. I'm just saying you're acting like a jerk. Yeah. Because you're letting your insecurities get in the way. There's nothing between these two. Just the fact that she's a woman, you're going to say, hey, she wouldn't make a good godparent?
It's not that she wouldn't make a good godparent, because I think she admits here that she would make a good godparent, but something is nagging on the inside that it's just... I don't want to dismiss her feelings, because I do feel I want to say her feelings are valid. Having been pregnant recently, I know your feelings can get elevated because of the hormones. And I know people hate when you're like, oh, don't make it about the hormones. No, man, when you're pregnant, like things get elevated.
I'd be super pissed. Like if she came to me and she's like, look, I don't want her to be the godmother, even if she was 100% honest. Look, this is a me thing. I'm being insecure about it, but I just don't want her as the godmother. I'd be mad. I'd be like, you're admitting to me there's nothing. It's all about you being insecure.
Yeah.
And I understand your feelings, but I'd be mad.
It's selfish. I mean, it is.
I would be mad too, because she's admitting to it. Like, she's saying that she does realize that she would make a great godparent. So if you know that, then you are robbing your child of that relationship. So she's kind of answering her own question. It is wrong.
There's plenty of times that you just get a vibe or women's intuition, and you can't explain it. It's just a feeling, and it checks out. Like, plenty of times that's happened. So why couldn't she say, I just have a feeling and I don't want this person? The godmother is who takes the baby if something were to happen to both of them, correct?
No.
How does that work?
It's more of like you put that in your will. Like
Yeah.
who's going to get the child, and if anything happens to you.
That's the most important part of this worst case scenario.
Yeah, but for the godparent, I know I'm somebody's godparent, but I'm not going to get the child when they pass away. I'm just there as a spiritual advisor and to be supportive of the child. It doesn't technically mean that you get the baby if anything happens.
Only she knows if it was any woman if she'd be feeling jealous. But it's like his best friend who is a woman. So just by that fact, she's not allowed close to them just because she's feeling insecure about it.
And it was that relationship was established prior to them being together. So maybe you can just push off, because, with the pandemic, they're not doing a lot of blessing these days. So just push it off. Push it off.
Just delay the
Keep that
godparent.
baby in there.
Not the delivery, but push
Yeah.
off the christening and all that stuff.
Incubate it a little bit longer.
The Bert Show.